of explosive energy in the history of mankind.
And now, Kmdt presents Geek Blast. Here are your hosts, Mike,
described as a creepy-ass cracker.
Dave,
Let me tell you something. I am God.
Drew,
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I'm going to be honest. I hate this reality, or whatever you want to call it. I can't stand it any longer. I must get out of here. I must get free.
losers.
Hey guys, this is David Hayter, and you are listening to Kmdt Geek Blast.
Welcome back, Geekers. This is Mike.
This is Dave.
And you're listening to Geek Blast.
KMDT presents.
Yes.
We also got Stinkfist in the background.
How you
Say
doing?
hello.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, that was really creepy. How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing?
So
Well,
it's on
ton-
tap there this week, there, Miguel.
tonight we got we're gonna be talking about some movie news. Obviously, Thor just dropped.
Came out tonight and sneak peek from last night.
Yeah, and then
Dropped a massive deuce.
I'm also gonna be talking about some TV shows coming. A little bit of Sons of Anarchy stuff. And,
Okay.
Yuppers.
I got some comic stuff coming on. Also found out about some pretty cool Netflix news,
Yeah,
so
that
I'll be
sounds
getting
really
into that. What about you there,
All over
Toomsy?
Netflix. The systems are coming, my friend. The systems are coming. Next week and the week after. So, I'm getting pretty hyped up. I'll talk a little bit about them as always.
All right.
Until they finally release, and then I'll just go, "Meh," and then it shall be over.
we were talking about it, and he changed his pants like 3 times already.
Yeah.
3 times. Hershey squirts.
He's very excited. So, all right, let's. What do you want to talk about first there?
Well, let's
Wanna
kick
get
it off
into
with Thor, man. 1.7.
Yeah.
Was it?
No,
$1.7?
No,
1.7
7.2.
million.
No,
7.2.
7.2. 7.2 million opening. Well, not opening night because
Yeah, that's
do they consider that the sneak preview
That's the
beforehand?
sneak. Yeah, it's a sneak preview.
Opening night or no?
No, sneak preview, and then there's opening.
Wait, because 1.7 whatever isn't shit.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? What
No,
is that for?
it's 7.2
7.2
7.2
million.
I thought you said 1 point.
Yeah, I made
He made a mistake. He's dyslexic with numbers tonight.
Yeah, but even 7 point something's not good either.
for one night, bro.
Not really.
7.1
For first
million?
weekend for a big movie, it's usually like, it's up.
But it's not the weekend yet. It's just
yeah, that's
first-
true.
Yeah,
Just that
sneak
very
night,
first night.
you
It was
know?
that
Yeah.
first night.
So just
I think
released
that's
on what?
good. I mean,
Last
I might be
last
wrong.
night. Last night, I think. In our area, it was 10 o'clock was the showing.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
Alright.
I was wrong. I thought it was 9:30.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they'll do over the weekend.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to go get it, get a ticket yet.
Well, I'm just
Definitely
gonna.
going.
Oh yeah, we got to
Got it.
see it.
Got it.
I got to see it before the weekend's over. That's my whole thing. Because I also one of my little quick newsy things, real fast, is I was reading on Marvel.com today that the events that the ending of Thor, the events that happen in the ending of Thor, are going to directly tie into next Tuesday's episode of
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of Shield.
Which has still been on break until...
No, actually, last week's
Last week was a new
episode was a
episode.
new
There was?
episode.
Yes.
Was it any good?
I didn't catch it.
I loved it.
You loved it?
I loved it.
Dave loved it. I didn't catch it yet, but I've been.
But I'm biased also. So, I mean, I'm the only one out of all of us that have loved this show from the get-go and know what they're doing.
So you have loved it? I get go.
All right, maybe love is a strong word.
But you really
I
loved this
agree
last episode?
This last episode.
Was it
What was
the
it about?
best out of the so far episodes?
What was the super villain in it? Was there anything?
Let me think about this for a second. 'Cause now
that
you're asking me too many.
electrics?
You're bombarding me with questions. My brain is going to short
Did
out.
they use a nice palette of colors?
Did they use? Yes, actually. And now I do remember.
Okay.
All right. Basically, again, like with the Marvel short that was in the first Avengers movie, a piece of something from the Avengers gets found by a bunch of firemen help cleaning up the area
Okay.
in the aftermath of the Avengers movie, right? It's like a helmet or whatever.
Okay.
These guys are whatever, they're polishing the helmet. No pun intended. And they contract some alien disease, right? And this alien disease
man.
basically makes them
Polishing helmets.
but what it does is it basically makes them like have electricity just like blast through their brain for whatever reason.
So I was right. Electric.
Yeah.
I totally guessed on that.
Oh,
too.
okay, yeah. And basically, so that's what it ended up happening was the three. They figured out that out of the three people, they found this third guy, and then he ended up doing the noble thing, and sacrificed himself so the disease wouldn't go any further.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's the main
that's
plot
the
of the-
main plot.
So
The
disease.
twist of the plot is that one of the little geeky people inside the thing, I think it was the chick. I don't remember what her name is, but she ends up contracting the disease.
Oh boy.
So it was real like
One of the teammates got it.
yeah, teammate got it.
sheesh.
Sacrifices herself by jumping out of the back of the plane. Then the Captain Hero guy comes jumping out. Yeah.
Captain Hero?
Captain
Or whatever,
Hero.
I don't remember what his name is either.
Captain
We
Hero.
watched
Oh, that guy
Dave
came
watches
back?
the show religiously twice every
Wait,
week.
I do,
But doesn't remember any of the names.
Wait a minute.
Coulson is who the main
Coulson's the
character.
main guy.
Coulson's
I
the
think
main
it's
guy.
cool,
Captain
though.
Hero?
No, the other guy, the head,
The black guy came back?
not the black guy. No.
I thought you meant the gun guy.
The black guy is Nick Fury. That's Samuel
No,
Jackson,
I was
right?
thinking of Gunn from the first episode.
No,
The guy from
no.
Buffy. Did
No.
he ever come back?
No. He,
Oh, because they like took him.
they
in
took
and
him
then-
out
Oh,
and like
yeah, yeah,
depowered
yeah.
that dude.
They depowered him. Yeah.
Did they depower him? I thought they were just trying.
And that's
to...
right. He was on Buffy, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was
He was
Gunn,
also
man.
on Angel.
Oh god, I hate that show.
Yeah, see.
Yeah,
So he's
that's right.
primarily on Angel, and then
Right.
Buffy. I think he did a couple.
I think he did a couple
Cameos.
episodes before that, before Angel got his own show.
Possibly.
Same thing with Doucheku and the other chick.
Don't say that name. I told
Elijah.
you. I told you how I feel about that.
But yeah, that was my quick little,
He's,
Dirty.
by the way, Dave, he's Grant Ward.
Grant Ward.
That's,
Okay.
That's the name of the guy that you.
Oh, I
Thank
feel
you.
bad for him.
All right. Now, guys,
Thank
also
you.
listen, why don't we give out the number here? So if you want to call in and,
Yeah.
with a question or comment, you can call 201-580-3712. We'd like to hear from you. All right.
3712, yes.
Yeah, we're also going to be doing our
Our movie quote, 8:30, like normal.
Yeah, and that's brought to you by JKA Jedi Knight Academy Facebook page.
Yeah.
Check out their stuff on
Funny stuff.
Facebook. There, it gets funnier and funnier every time I see it.
It does get odder and odder, too, the more you go through it.
Yeah, there's some creepy stuff on there too.
For the creepers out there, man.
That's what makes you laugh.
For the people from the backwoods.
There was this one thing that said, I don't know if anybody saw it, but it was a bass guitar, but it was like the Millennium Falcon. And it was a bass guitar, and the caption said, I found your rebel bass.
Oh, Dave, I watched that copy of Elysium.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's Japanese subtitles through the whole thing.
Oh, you're kidding me.
And the frame chops like this. But I
that's
watched the
not
whole
good.
thing, and it was a good movie. Great
Oh,
movie.
well.
Yeah.
Did you understand? Well,
I heard it
obviously
was
read
good.
Yeah, the word, it's in English, but it just has
Oh,
these
it just has Japanese writing?
symbols,
Oh,
subtitles, yeah.
so you didn't learn anything from that
A
experience?
little bit. I learned different shapes and sizes, but
I was trying to help you.
yeah, I figured you were. My fourth language there, but
Well, yeah, I definitely knew that you were going to watch it before me. That's why I was like,
it was a good movie.
when I
It
forgot
was.
to give you the copy, I'm like, I got to get it over to him.
I mean, the
quick.
picture even looked pretty good. The only problem, like I said, was there'd be frame jumps.
Stinkfist, that would be the second time that's ever happened to me then, from what we were talking about.
Oh, yeah, okay, this guy giving you bad copies.
Because he was like, are they good? And I'm like, yeah.
So, Dave, my theory about Coulson being resurrected from Hela.
Yeah, that's
It's-
definitely gaining credence, I would
it's
say. And if it
gaining some
hasn't,
traction.
then that's you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we don't know if we heard it here first, because you know what I
Well-
realized in my life? If I've ever thought of something, somebody else thought of it before me.
Yeah, I got that same thing with Seth Green. He does that to me a lot.
It is true. We were doing the same thing that he's doing on Robot Chicken when we were like 10.
But never thought
But
to
with
record
real
it.
toy, they're all real toys, but
But never thought to record
never
it.
thought to record it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you think? Maybe,
salty.
not to kill your thunder, but don't you think millions of children were doing the same thing
Yeah, but
with those toys?
no, you're probably right, but I don't know in the same demented
Not
fashion.
in my mind. Yeah.
I mean, not that I would ever tell anybody about the plots and things I had with my toys, but yeah, I feel that I did quite demented things also with my. Yeah,
If you've done demented things,
yeah
with
let
your
us know
toys-
what you did. Yeah.
You know,
It was never. It was
you know
never
what would be a
normal.
funny thing?
No.
This, I want people to call in and let us know the most brutal way you've ever remembered destroying any of your action figures or toys from when you were a kid. Like for me, I know I want to just gouge my eyeballs out when I think about the amount of fireworks
Yeah, man.
that I blew off on just random Star Wars toys, random G.I. Joe toys, Transformers, Voltrons, anything I could get my hands on and blow up at some point in my youth. I was down for that.
It would always have to do with some kind of fire, you know, like some kind of
let's make
some kind of
Godzilla really
smelting
shoot
accident.
fire out of his mouth.
Melting accident.
It was always
Smelting.
a smelting accident.
I was still doing that stuff in my teenage years.
Yeah.
Yeah, guilty.
Everything always ended with, "Can we set that on fire?"
Remember when Vinny light my backyard on fire and the fireman came in? And everything? It was pretty bad.
vaguely
Man.
remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I don't think
So
I was
we
there.
went from GI Joes basically to full-fledged backyards and houses,
Backyard
and,
burnings.
Acceleration. There you go.
trampolines and whatnot.
Here on Geek Blast, we don't condone any of the things we're talking about. So
Even though
Fire's
we've done
not
them,
good,
that means
It was not a good decision.
stay away.
how
Yeah.
do they put it? Things you see on this show.
Things you hear on this show don't exactly mean
Don't
what
do
they
it.
mean.
But they are closer than they appear.
Tombs, have you been watching Sons of Anarchy?
Yes, I have.
So
Yes,
you're
I
up to
have.
date.
Yes, I'm up to
It's
date.
pretty crazy right
Jackie's
now.
gonna go. I hope he goes calypso on his little wifey because I can't stand
my
her
God,
anymore, man.
she's so
I just want
annoying.
to smack her with her little
Yeah.
corny haircut and her.
Yeah, she got that corny haircut.
Oh, can't stand her.
To this weekend is the Sons for Sandy Relief Fund.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big thing going on in Asbury Park at the Paramount Theater. I got my tickets for it.
All right,
And,
would you say they're 30 beans and they go to
$30.
the people of Sandy?
Yeah, they give you an option of different things you could have your money donated to.
Mm-hmm.
And Katie Seagal's going to be there with Kim Coates, Theo Rossi, and Kurt Sutter is going to be there too. He's the guy to create. He's Otto.
Now, does Katie Seagal, did she kind of like turn you on and make you sick at the same time?
And that old lady you want to...
Yeah, there's something about her. I don't know if it's that schnoz or what it is, but
I don't know either. But it'll be if there's there's going to be a meet and greet, so you get to meet them, and then afterwards, I don't know.
85% ground beef. What kind of beef?
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
All right.
But yeah,
Any
so
beef
if
is
you're going to
good.
be out in
Yeah,
Asbury
that's
Park,
true. The more fat, the better.
I agree.
if you're going to be out in Asbury Park, go check it out. You know, I'll be
Yeah,
there.
man.
Where's
Geek
that?
Blast
Down at
will
the
be
convention
there.
center, right?
Paramount Theater in Asbury Park.
Oh, okay.
Word.
So, tickets
I'll be
$30,
working,
go get 'em.
unfortunately, so I won't.
Yeah.
be there, but-
So we got a new governor. Oh, the same governor, right?
Governor.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
I
got
was
a new
just-
governor.
No, same guy.
Same
But
governor.
it's the same
Yeah.
governor. Yeah.
New one, but same one. I was just because you were at Asbury Park, and that's where he was in Asbury Park. That's what made me think of it.
Chris
Yeah,
Christie.
Jersey's changed a lot. Besides Christie staying on, I mean, it's changed a lot over the last month. You know, minimum wage is going up, gay marriage. You know, I don't know what's
There's a
going
lot
on.
of things going on
Yeah,
out there
man.
in the world.
Okay, Dave, why don't you tell us about the new Netflix series?
Oh,
How about no?
how about
How
Netflix?
about no? Get in your corner, bitch.
Wowzers. So Netflix is made a deal with Marvel and Disney to produce in 2015 four live action television series based on the Marvel characters of Hell's Kitchen, which basically is Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Drew, which is Luke Cage's wife, who used to be, if I'm not mistaken, the character Mockingbird in the late 70s. They're going to do 13 episodes over a 4-year time frame. Each of the seasons are going to like blend into each other. So like when Daredevil ends, it's going to end with, I guess, him meeting up with one of the 3 other characters, and then from there, the next season will be that character season, and so on and so forth. Like
pretty
one
cool.
big, like one big story, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
And at the end of that 4-year time frame, they're going to do
4 years.
4 years because
Wow.
they're going to do one a year. Is
Yeah.
what the way I read it, the way I understand it, that's what they're saying. And
Any
that
word on who's
that could
gonna be
obviously
involved?
changed.
Any familiar?
No names yet. This is just stuff that I just read this today, so I don't know how new it is or not. But I just read it today, so maybe it could be a few days old because I haven't been on the
Right.
computer in a couple days.
Whoa.
But so after that time frame of all these 4 13 episode series, live action, mind you, after that all happens, then they're going to do a mega movie and introduce the Avengers. I mean, not the Avengers, the Defenders, which is going to be them 4 characters doing like supernatural-ish, because that's what the Defenders really were. It was like a supernatural take on the Avengers.
Right.
I think it's pretty cool,
Yeah.
and the fact that they're partnering with Netflix, like to
Right.
do this, Netflix
That's kind of crazy.
has
It's going
already
to change everything.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to change everything. But Netflix has already have had successful series that are
Oh,
just
I
made
love
for them.
the first series they put out was really Hemlock Grove.
I knew you would like that, Toombs.
Yeah, it was good, man. I didn't like the second one. Well, I didn't watch the second one, but from what I
What second one?
there was a second one. I
another
forget what it was
series,
called.
I think.
Yeah, another
Yeah.
series. But,
Well, they had a few series like House of Cards, Orange is the New Black.
House of Cards, yeah, that was one of them.
never heard of them.
I heard that was good, actually.
Well, and then the one I remember was that they put out that last season of Arrested Development. That was, I think, was their
on
first.
Netflix.
Yeah, that was the first time that they did that, right? Or did they have these other shows out first?
I think they had the other show. I think Lilyhammer with the guy from The Sopranos, Steven Van Zandt, was the first one they did.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the first one I knew about was Hemlock Grove, so I guess they had other ones before that, but I had no idea.
But yeah, so and then basically the way I look at this is basically going to be like this is going to be Marvel's way to beta test characters.
Yeah, and see how their success is.
Do
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, because then I could see if these series takes off, these 4 characters or even the Defenders as a whole could be the next major Marvel movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or it could just be now Marvel's taking over television as well, which I vote for that.
Hey, let
Yeah,
us
I
go to
wouldn't
the world.
surprise me at all. I mean,
Because I think
Just
also,
another
I
outlet.
want to
It's
say
not really
also,
Disney in disguise.
just another
well,
outlet
I want
for
to say
Disney
also, I
to
think
conquer.
ABC is also involved in this situation too.
ABC is Disney.
Okay. I'm just
Disney in
saying.
disguise, man.
That's fine
We're
then.
coming, dude.
We already stated that
Yeah.
like in our second episode
Yep.
that Disney's taking the world over.
Yes.
I'm okay with that as long as Mickey's not vicious.
And as long as too many gingers don't get involved. Keep gingers away.
Geek gingers are the worst.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
All
man.
pale.
All freckled out.
Yeah, weirded out. Oh my god. That sounded like the arcade character from the old X-Men video game when he used to laugh up in the monitor. You remember that?
I have no idea what you're
Didn't you remember that?
Was it Arcade? Was his name?
Arcade was his
Yeah.
name. Yeah, he was a creepy ginger.
Yeah.
Was he, man?
He was.
All about video games.
Arcade, yeah.
They smell funny, too. And they got veiny... Never mind.
Yeah. We won't go there.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We are on comic book movie. Okay?
Yes,
Keep
yes.
it somewhat clean.
Yes, super clean. But
I don't
anyway,
wanna talk about
so what
transparent. Never mind.
other good flicks are going to be coming out, Mike? We got any?
Well,
I
the
know
only
that
ones
they.
left for this year. Let me see. Old Boy.
oh,
Nah.
Yeah, I
that
didn't
sounds
know-
great.
I didn't even see anything about it. I don't really know much about it.
Well,
But on December 13th, The Hobbit.
oh, okay, yeah,
So that's the next.
yeah. I can't. I'm actually stoked.
And
about
then on
that.
December 25th is 47 Ronin, which I'm pretty psyched for. It
47 Ronin?
The trailer looks
yeah,
badass, and it just I like Keanu Reeves. I don't know,
I don't know
Yeah.
about Keanu Reeves,
but the trailer looks badass. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
All trailers look badass.
some
Yeah,
do,
but-
some don't though.
But the
no,
story behind this one too is also cool because
Oh,
it's like a supernatural kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Well, hey.
well,
that's
also
that.
didn't they pushed up the new Star Wars movie too?
That
right?
was the next. That's in 2015.
Right.
But it's December 20.
no
what did I say it
December
was?
15th. I think they
I say
said.
the 18th.
18th,
It was the 18th.
sorry.
December 18th, 2015 is now the release date for Star Wars.
Which is weird.
That is weird. I thought it'd be the 4th, wouldn't you? May 4th? Like the
Well,
other
it's
two?
it's always in May.
It's
Usually
always in May 4th. That's why now it's the 4th. May the 4th be with you. It's like a holiday now.
Yeah, that's
know?
just weird that they're doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is weird. But
I blame Abrams.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a possibility.
Slime bucket.
No, he's.
Yeah, I know.
He's taking the place of Wheaton right now. Is
Oh
me.
boy, he got a crush on
So you have a
you.
different crush each week,
Yeah.
eh?
Hey,
Crush every month?
maybe because yo, that dude's everywhere on television.
Oh, and I just want to clear the air because I heard some things about My Little Ponies.
Mike just found out what a brony really is.
Yeah, I
and he's retracting his.
I'm retracting that statement that yes, I am a brony. You know,
So you're not a brony.
no,
No,
Why?
Not
what
that
did
kind
you
of
think?
brony.
What were you told that a brony is?
I
It's
just thought it was somebody to
it's-
watch.
It's not good.
It's not
What
not
is
a
it?
good thing.
Oh, no,
we can't
what-
go into it right now.
Yeah,
but it's
Mike,
not good.
clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, just clean it up and tell us
a
what the
bit.
hell
It has
it
to
is.
do with like dudes on dudes. Does not
What?
Dudes on dudes.
Okay.
No, I think
dudes
it
on
was-
dudes watching My Little
Wait,
Pony.
wait. Why was this story on comicbookmovie.com to begin with then?
No, it was just on
No.
Comic Book Movie because the article was talking about how My Little Pony was getting a male fan base, an adult male fan base.
Right. Okay.
And that was all the article went into. But, some friends of mine brought it to my attention that it had to deal.
The connotations
The connotation. It was more. It was deeper than that.
are not
And not that's
appropriate.
Just how deep, Mike?
That's
not appropriate. We'll just go that far.
yeah. So I'm retracting my statement.
He's not a
being
brony.
So you're not a brony, huh?
He's not a brony,
All right.
but he does watch My Little Pony.
But I do
bizarre.
get dragged into watching My Little Pony.
Oh, now you're getting dragged into it.
I mean, I enjoy the show. I'm not
Now, would you feel?
After we tell you, after the show's over, we tell you he would have to be dragged into it because it just wouldn't go down that way.
Would you feel comfortable enough, say, sitting on a couch watching My Little Brony with another man?
My Little Brony.
With another man next to you on a couch, would you feel comfortable enough? Okay, good.
No. It gets weird after that.
Yeah, nah.
Because it was odd even watching Pokemon with you back in the day.
Pokemon.
Now, you would have felt comfortable until after you found out what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, what's this? Oh. Yeah.
Pikachu.
So,
Anyway,
so that was. I just wanted to. I was just,
All right.
Sorry for
You're
interrupting.
retraction.
not
All
a
right,
brony.
yeah, you're not a
I'm
brony. All right.
retracting that statement.
So other than Ronin, 47 Ronin, that's the only thing
Just
that'll be out.
3 more movies for the rest of the year.
Rest of the year, and
that
then
would spark
are
our
relevant.
interest or have a geek interest. 2014. I mean, the first one to drop is February 7th. RoboCop. Which we all see the trailer. The trailer's on the site. Check it out if you haven't.
Does
looked at
that not
it.
seem like a weird date to release a blockbuster movie to anybody else?
What was the date again?
February 7th?
February 7th.
And it's definitely not
I
going to
don't-
straight to video?
I don't necessarily know that it makes a difference. Do you think it makes a difference?
I mean, blockbusters are usually released over the summer or around Christmas time.
I don't know, man.
It just seems weird to me. I've never heard of a movie like a big movie like that being.
The one
released
after that
in
is
February.
March 7th, and it's
No, I've heard of March. Like I know John Carter of Mars was released in March.
which was a great movie. I like that.
I know. I don't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, it was okay. I mean,
It was really cool.
It was fun to watch, but
Yeah.
it didn't have a whole lot of depth,
No.
to it.
They
It was
did
just-
not do the comic justice. I'll tell you that.
But it was cool.
It was okay.
It was cool.
It was all right.
It was okay.
It was far from cool. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's probably the first movie Mike has seen in a long time up to that point.
No,
So,
I just say I enjoyed the movie. That's all.
okay.
So, what do we got here? Let's talk about.
Well, we can get
What,
more
Dave?
into
I think you're
comics and
forgetting
stuff.
something. Dave, I think. Oh yeah, okay. I think you're forgetting
what?
something, Dave.
What was
Yeah,
that?
you're forgetting
What was
Dave.
that?
The Miss Marvel news.
Oh yeah. That in what was it? What was it? Next month,
January.
January. They're revamping Miss Marvel,
Yeah.
and they're making her a Pakistani Muslim.
Oh, come on.
No, they are.
Oh.
Whole new origin story. She's not going to be the classic
not gonna-
character that it was, Carol Danvers. She's going to obviously.
Hot blonde, you mean?
Yeah, the hot blonde. No more hot blonde as Miss Marvel.
Is there any curry chicken involved?
I would assume there
That's
would have to be.
That's Indian.
That's all I can think about lately. Jesus.
He loves curry chicken.
Nahya Kham rice?
But
Shasha
so
Khan
this is going to
meatball?
happen in the Marvel Now, which I don't know. Me and Brendan me and Stinkfist were having a debate before about whether or not the Marvel Now is an alternate universe and not part of the normal Marvel universe, which I'm not sure about, and I'm going to have to do some research to find out.
Isn't it? Aren't they all like alternate universes? Like
No.
the Ultimates is a different universe.
Well, the ultimate, that's the ultimate universe,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
But not every book is its own universe.
No.
I mean, some stuff takes place, you know what I'm saying?
Now-
Marvel
Like, it
Now,
could be-
Marvel Now basically is what Marvel did to, I don't want to say combat, but compete with DC, because right now they're being outsold by DC with the new 52.
Right.
Like what they did, they revamped all of their characters, made everybody somewhat relevant for today.
Oh,
not
guys.
not the fallback 50s character that they always were. Hold on
I
a second
have
there,
been,
Tunes. And then basically Marvel Now is what that is. They just rebooted, but they didn't reboot everybody like DC did. They just did certain characters. That's why I'm not sure if it's alternate universe or not, and I will find that out.
All right, cool.
So what were you going to say, Abraham?
Yeah, just because I totally forgot about it. But speaking of DC, I'm not really a huge fan, but I've been watching that Arrow show.
Arrow.
It's actually pretty darn good.
I heard
It's
that
actually-
show was very good. I was told on more than one occasion that I should probably watch that, but I'm like, WB?
It's
Really?
a lot better than I thought it would be, dude. It
not
blows
the
Shield out of
WB.
water, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not the WB anymore.
It's
It's
not.
the CW.
Yeah. So that makes all the difference in the world.
When did that happen?
I'm serious.
Several years ago.
Okay.
But it is good. I would check it out.
That's funny.
Cool. I've been wanting to like look,
Well, this
watch
is what,
it,
the
but
third
I really
season?
wasn't a fan of Arrow. I think it's the second season.
Second season's
season.
airing right
Second
now, or is
season.
about to air, or
I think you can catch the first season on Netflix.
see. That's how I got into it.
Yeah.
But
Wasn't
yeah,
there an
it was good.
Aquaman appearance in the
There
first
was.
season or something like
I
that?
heard that there was an Aquaman appearance.
In the first season? They didn't
I
really
think I
call him
knew. I'm not
Aquaman?
finished yet, but-
Oh, okay. That's the one thing I heard. That it was really, it was really well done.
It is. And
I'm like, all right.
It's got a big following too. I mean, a lot of people.
You know, it was a cool show. It was a DC show. I think it was also maybe a WB show before it was a CW. But they had that Birds of Prey.
Yes, Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey was a cool
watched
show.
that, yeah.
That was a show basically, the Huntress, the character the Huntress from the Batman universe.
Mm-hmm.
Also a character called Oracle, who was the original Batgirl, but was crippled. And that's why they call her Oracle, 'cause she's in a wheelchair and she did all computer hacker stuff.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then there was another chick, Black Canary, I think was the other chick that was in that. And it was a pretty cool show. And it had its own book for a while, too. I don't know if it still does have its own book because of the new 52 shakeup of everything. But that was one of them shows that I thought was a cool DC show. Better than Smallville.
That went for a long time.
I know,
Yeah,
man.
it
People
went
love
for a
that.
long time.
And I'm not a big Superman fan, but one thing I do know about Superman is him and Lex Luthor didn't go to school together.
Yeah, well, they had to mix it up. A little bit.
Smallville's like the same thing over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
I mean, every episode was the same.
You know what I think would be a
couldn't
cool show though? If DC took the idea of S.H.I.E.L.D. or took like the idea of Law and Order or like NCIS and just made it about the Gotham City cops.
That's what they're.
could be cool.
I just said that like 3 weeks ago or something.
yeah,
They're
you
doing that?
They have it on. I think it's with Fox.
Oh, see, Fox does
Yeah.
good stuff though.
They were
Sometimes.
actually due to put that out before
Before?
Shield, but they couldn't get picked up because nobody thought it would go anywhere. And then now Shield has this thing not going anywhere right now, but hopefully
That's all gonna, that's gonna change
Yeah,
on Tuesday.
exactly.
You
But-
watch what happens,
yeah.
man. That show's gonna
It
go
was,
through the
Hopefully
roof.
it's better. I'm still hoping. It's still
I
pretty
am.
early.
GPD. They had their own book.
Oh,
too.
they still do.
Yeah.
They still have their own book, as far as I know. Yeah, it was a pretty good book. But yeah, the Miss Marvel thing, that's just a little weird for me. I don't know that I'm going to
I
agree
mean, I guess
with
you
it or
gotta keep
not.
an open mind, see what the
guess.
story
Yeah.
involves.
Okay, here's my thing on it is that why do you have to take beloved characters and radically transform everything about them? If you want a Muslim character, create a new one.
Create one.
Yeah, I can see that. But see, here's the thing, too, about and why I think it's not necessarily a bad thing. If you look at the character as a whole, just most recently has Carol Danvers been Miss Marvel. Well, no, I'm sorry. She started out originally as Miss Marvel, then got some weird space disease, became Warbird, and was out in the cosmic universe forever. It wasn't part of Earth or any of that stuff going on. Then a black woman stepped in the late 80s and became Miss Marvel. Right? And then I guess, Carol Danvers comes back to Earth, and then whatever, the chick retires. The black chick retires from the Avengers as Miss Marvel. And then she takes back over. And really only as most recently has become like I would say a tier A character. She was always one of them like C-listers.
Yeah.
Oh no, she was a C, maybe even a D-lister back in the day.
Whoa.
But yeah, so
She's such a hot blonde. I mean,
well, that's the way that she's drawn. What was that chick's name from Roger Rabbit? Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit. Yeah.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn this way.
So she was a D-lister in another way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty much, that whole thing with the Miss Marvel thing. I don't know. I'll have to, before I
have an
pass
opinion,
judgment, I'm going to get the book and read it. But yeah, give us a call. Let us know what you think. It's 201
580.
3712. Give us a call. Let us know what your opinion about them changing the character of Miss Marvel to a Muslim or even Pakistani or just even changing it.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you know whether or not Marvel now is its own universe, let me in on that too, you know?
Real quick before we do our movie quote, I'm going to throw out the Star Wars lesson of the day.
Okay. Okay.
Last week was...
Beware of men in dark helmets. And look what happened at that school with the guy in the dark helmet that I was saying.
So let's see.
Well, that was
Maybe
the mall.
I mean, the mall,
something
not the school.
Yeah, that was
I
crazy.
thought that was kind of funny. That you,
So this is the second one here. It's okay. So it says, it really isn't necessary to be fluent in over 6 million forms of communication.
Okay, well, let's see how that affects our week. I'm sure.
I'll tell you, some of these are really dumb.
Why are they dissing
And
C-3PO
I
like
don't know,
that?
I don't know.
That ain't cool.
I just want to tell you what next week's is, but
You can't.
I can't.
Yeah.
But there's a
Hold your
lot.
horses.
There's,
Hold your
there's, like,
horses,
there's
man.
like over 200 of these things.
That's great.
I'm gonna get
So we'll have one
I'm
every
gonna get
show.
attacked by somebody who's bilingual.
Wisdom.
Basically.
All right, so Stinkfish, you got that queued up?
Right, and this month is Sci-Fi Month.
Yeah,
That's
we're doing
correct.
Sci-Fi month.
Okay, now the actor is going to be instantly recognizable in this quote, but the movie may not be, and I'm hoping that it's not easy, but it might be.
All right,
All right.
so let's see how it flows.
Let's give it a go.
Here we go.
What you been feeding this thing?
Blondes.
I think it's still hungry.
Okay, that is a sci-fi movie.
Play that again, please.
What you been feeding this thing?
Blondes.
I think it's still hungry.
Toombs, I had you in mind when I picked that quote out.
He's feeding it arms?
Blondes.
Blondes, okay. I thought it was either blondes.
What have you been
bongs,
feeding this
or
thing?
Bongs. I don't know.
Bongs. What are you feeding this thing, bongs?
Do you guys need it one more time?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do,
go ahead,
because
one more time.
I keep just listening to the song in the
Yeah, me
background.
too.
It's messing me up.
I mean, it sounds like a porno, but it's not.
Okay.
What you been feeding this thing?
Blondes.
I think it's still hungry.
Come on, look, do you guys know who at least the actor is? The guy who's saying that? His voice should be instantly recognizable.
I'm going to say Kurt Russell.
Oh my God, no.
Okay, no. Then my idea for the movie's out.
Yeah, I have
My idea for the movie shot.
no clue.
Play it again.
Me neither, bro.
Wow, I thought this was going to be kind of
You
like.
said it might be hard, so it is.
Yeah, it might be hard, but
You never know.
What you been feeding this thing?
Blondes.
I think it's still hungry.
blondes,
Blondes.
blondes.
I'm so lost. I can't even. Well, if you know the answer, please call us in 201-580.
3712.
And
Would you win a T-shirt if you know the answer?
Jedi Knight Academy.
Jedi Knight Academy.
Coolest spot to be on Facebook.
Besides
For
our
a
spot.
laugh.
Word.
They're now at 159,000.
Million. What?
159,000. They
1,000.
didn't hit the pinky million.
No pinky million jet.
But yeah, so check them out. They also have hoodies now too,
Yeah, I saw that.
which is pretty cool.
Because it's winter.
It's
Yep.
cold.
It's getting cold.
It's getting
out
cold out here in Jersey town.
there. So
What do we got
let's
going
game
on?
talk a little bit.
Yeah.
What?
Let's game talk a little bit.
Oh, game talk, eh? Well, Dave, I picked up Skyrim again.
Mm-hmm.
Just started playing. Finally found the little section in the mountain that starts Dawnguard.
Okay.
Now you said you were a vampire in the game, right? But
No, I was not.
You were never a vampire.
I turned down the opportunity to become a
you
vampire
should
in a
not
game
do that, man.
because
it's sick.
I decided, you know what, I'm going to end up playing the game again. It's its own achievement to get the perk tree
Right.
all the way done. So I said, I'm already a werewolf. I might as well just stay a werewolf, play my original game because I've only ever played one character. A lot of people I know are already on like their
Right,
seventh,
multiple
fifth character. You know, they can't make the same decision. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, the thing is, with the werewolf, there's no perk tree or anything, right?
Yeah, there is.
There is a perk tree for a werewolf?
When you download the Dawnguard game, you basically that's your choices. That's some of the extras that they give
werewolf
you.
is part of it.
Werewolf now has its own perk tree. You don't just have
So he gets new powers and stuff?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. Like rage time. Like you can
Right.
stay a werewolf for longer.
For a long
Yeah,
time.
definitely.
See, that's a cool thing I noticed about the Vampire Lord. You can stay a vampire for as long as you want
Yeah,
before
yeah.
you change back. But the sun does kind of... sun hurts you. Stuff
Well,
like
see, yeah, that I wouldn't know about the sun hurting you or nothing like
Yeah.
that. I did love the fact that they gave you the crossbow option. You know,
Yep.
and the
Crossbow's
fact
always a good weapon.
crossbows,
Yeah, it is.
because in the game, you know,
Distance.
when you have the bow, you have to literally pull the bow all the way back before you let it go, or it's not going to go anywhere. So it'll be like, and you lost an arrow.
So yeah, I mean, I picked that up, and now I've stopped playing everything else.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that game will suck you in, man.
It does.
I know
it
that.
does. And when I said I was at 30 hours, I was wrong. It was actually 90.
Wow.
So I played it a lot more than I thought I did.
Yeah.
So you are probably at like 200,000.
Yeah, I don't even know
Honestly.
how many hours. And you're playing it on Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Where do I go to check that? Because I
Right in
never
the
was
screen
able
when
to
you
find
load it up.
When I loaded up, where?
And it has the little bit of information where you go into the loading screen.
Okay, for like where right in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Right where
you go into
unloading
loading,
in.
it'll show you the little square with a picture on it.
Okay.
Of where you stopped and saved.
Right.
Under that, it'll have the information, the time information, and everything.
Oh, I
So
thought that was
save.
just the date of when the last I saved it.
No, it'll have the time too. Of
okay.
All your hours that you played.
Wow.
So I'm curious to see how much
Check
you
it
played.
out.
I'll have to check that out after we end the show. I'll have to check that out.
How many hours you got?
There's the Skyrim Collector's Edition just came out.
Yes.
What is it?
The Skyrim Collector's Edition.
Did it just
box
come out,
set.
or was it out for a while?
I don't know. I think I'm just seeing it. So I mean,
If it had
maybe a
anything,
week or so.
maybe a month. I would say a month.
But yeah, it comes with a sweet ass dragon.
Yeah, it's
And,
pretty cool.
Drag Queen?
Dragon.
One of the dragons in one of the areas where you get the shouts, the dragon words.
Right.
The dragon on top of it.
Guys, we got a caller. Do you want to
Really
get to
sick
it?
map.
Yeah.
Yes, let's take the caller.
All right, you're on KMDT Geek Blast. What's up?
Hey, what's up? Is that Arnold Schwarzenegger?
It might be.
Calling for the movie quote?
It might be. Do you know the
All
movie?
right, so what's the movie? If you got the
Bro, what's the movie?
Hello?
Are you thinking hard?
I'm not sure what the movie is, but it sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to give you that. It is Arnold Schwarzenegger, but now go ahead and guess the movie.
So what movies was let's play it for him again. Let's see if he
We'll play you that.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I know the music in the background, I know what movie it is.
I know exactly what movie it is once you told me who it was.
Okay, here we go.
What you been feeding this thing?
Blondes.
I think it's still hungry.
I think it's
Total Recall?
Okay, bro, you got it. Where you calling from?
Hazlet, New Jersey.
Oh, wait.
all right.
All right.
Jersey boy.
Jersey boy.
All right. Well,
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call you back on this number after the show, and I'm going to get your mailing information. Okay?
Hey, did anybody ever tell you you sound like the guy from Ancient Aliens?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. Except my mother.
Wait, you talking about the guy from Ancient Aliens with the big hair?
Yeah!
I love that dude, man. He's the best.
He is the awesome.
Give me the-
Can you just tell us, can you just go along with it and say the phrase, as ancient alien theorists believe?
No, contest.
No, okay, wait, Mike, you got to translate for me for this guy. What does he want me to say?
All right.
Just say, as ancient alien theorists believe.
Hey, you know what? See, now I'm going to go do a fake voice, though, now.
No, just talk regularly. Be like,
As
No,
ancient,
just do it in your regular voice.
as ancient alien theory... What? What am I supposed to say?
As ancient alien theorists believe.
Theorists? Is that even a word?
Theorists. Yeah.
Theorists.
They're
As
theorists.
ancient alien theorists believe.
You also can
That's pretty
substitute
young.
believe for contests and what are the other ones they say?
I don't know.
Come on, you watch the
I love
dang
this
movie.
show.
How come this show attracts all these ancient alien people?
Why? Because
Because they're geeks, bro.
it's
You
valid
sound like
theory.
the ancient alien dude, man. We thought you had a show.
Yeah, I am one.
Well, it's not half as bad as the aquatic ape theory.
Yeah,
Nah,
the
yeah.
aquatic ape theory is my excuse for everything now.
Yeah, mine. Watch out for mermaids; they'll attack you when you're in the water. But yeah, hey, thanks for calling. And
Yeah,
you want a
get his
T-shirt?
info.
So
what's
we'll
your- what's your
call
name,
back
bro?
when the show's over.
Mike.
Mike, okay. Oh, wow, that's why we got confused here. Mike, like I said, I'm going to call you back. Can I call you back on this number?
Sure.
All right, and I'll get you mailing info. All right, thanks a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye.
All right, great.
All right, so we Danny, we have a winner. You don't get off easy tonight.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I had no idea.
I had-
that
yes,
was
for some
Arnold
reason,
Schwarzenegger's voice for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean,
Terminator didn't come through.
It was like two
But
words.
that music in the background, that porno music of that diner / strip joint thing that they walked
Yeah.
into.
That's where the lady with the 3 boobs was, no doubt. I'll never
music.
forget that.
They were green too.
And
weren't
Quado.
Yup.
Quado.
they? But yeah, back to Skyrim there. So yeah, the collector's edition came with the dragon
Statue.
big map,
The
of, I guess, the
huge
area,
map
whatever.
of the Skyrim world.
It's a 2-disc.
2 discs because it's got all the downloads,
Yep.
obviously.
And then the cheat book. I'm guessing.
the walkthrough.
But it's like it looks hardcover.
Yeah,
Which is
I have
pretty cool.
I have the expanded edition, and that's a hardcover.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it definitely
Sweetness.
is.
Definitely sweetness.
So what else besides that? What else did you want to know about Skyrim? So you just started playing it again?
I mean, I want to know. Like, I know, like, you could play a mission that's great, brilliant, and it gives you that happy joy feeling that you get when playing Skyrim, or you could play a mission that's just passable. I want to know what's your best, like.
Oh, out of have you beat?
Where's the best place you've been to in Skyrim?
Some of the best missions for me in the game, story like wise for the game.
Right, outside of the main story.
Outside of the main storyline, I think had to be the Thieves Guild.
Okay,
Everything
which
that
I
goes,
never touched.
Everything that goes along with the Thieves Guild was super cool,
Right.
which also kind of led you into the Dark Brotherhood assassination missions, which were also very cool. Companion thing is very easy because they kind of give you that in the beginning of the game.
Companion.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, some of the other, in my opinion, though, the whole game is just cool all by itself. You know what I mean?
It is.
It definitely is. I mean, just being able to be a werewolf, be a vampire,
Be a regular human
Be a
if you
regular
want.
human.
On top
And
of the fact that
other
they give you
different
85
species.
different versions of a species to be,
Yeah.
which all has
Yeah.
its different traits and stuff.
Right.
What
in
what
depth.
what are you in your character?
I don't remember. I don't remember what I am. I have no idea, Dave. It was so long ago when I chose who I was. I don't remember. I think I'm a Nord.
I started out as a Nord as well.
Yeah, I think I'm a Nord. What are you still playing GTA?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat addicted to that game right now.
Right.
I thought actually the other day I thought I was going to beat it because the way it was going down, like I did the torture scene and I did a couple of missions after that, another big heist, and I'm like, man, it kind of feels like it's wrapping itself up right now.
Yeah.
It's not.
Nowhere near.
No. I went to the thing for the stats. It said 50%. I'm like, no way, bro. I got like almost a whole half another game to play.
Yup.
Because I was like,
How many hours did it take you to get to that?
I don't know. I don't check hour stuff, man. I'm not I'm not really an hour checker.
660.
What? Oh my God, Dave. Okay, this is confirmed for Skyrim's hours for Dave. 661 hours.
And I'm a level.
That's geeking, man.
That is.
I'm geeking out right
Your
now.
boy Matt was talking about how he hit 300 hours. Dave, you doubled that. Dude.
Yeah.
That's
And I'm a level 71.
Wow.
And I also just found out that most recently, actually, which I haven't gotten back to this game because I don't really want to do it because I will get sucked into this hardcore. But when you have all the downloads, you have all the downloads?
No, I don't have the Hearthfire one.
Okay, but you have Dragonborn, right?
There's another one? Oh, yeah, there's one. There's three altogether.
There's three altogether. There's the way they came out was Dawnguard was the first one, Hearthfire was the second one,
Dragonborn.
and then Dragonborn was the third one, which was supposedly the biggest one of all of them.
Did you do that one too?
Yeah.
All right, the only one I have is Dawnguard then.
Okay. When you download Dragonborn, it gives you the ability to bring your status to legendary. Also, it introduces a legendary dragon as well.
Oh, cool.
But once you bring up something that's legendary, so in your skill tree, you go up to say one-handed, and your one-handed's at 100. So now you can't really use one-handed to level up your character anymore because this game is based on the
Stuff that's
time that
maxed out.
the skills that you use in the game are what levels up your character,
Right,
not like
right.
doing missions like normal RPGs.
Right. So it constantly gets you changing things and doing.
You kind of have to, or you'll end up becoming stagnant. Like it'll take you months to upgrade. It'll take not maybe months, but it'll take you a couple weeks of playing if you're just using, your one-handed. It's at 80%, or it's at 80, and you have like 7 of the perks in the tree. Well, anyway, so when you get it to 100, it's not doing you any good anymore because it's not leveling up. It doesn't go past 100.
Right. I got you.
When you hit the legendary on there, when you have Dragonborn, it gives you this option to hit legendary. It brings that perk tree down to 15 and gives you back all of the points that you put in.
Oh, so you could buy more.
So then you can
other things.
You can do whatever you want. You could then just dump it back in.
Yeah, but doesn't that take your skills away that you acquired in those perk trees?
Yes, it does. But you at that point, because you're at a 15, now makes that weapon relevant enough to get you your level up. So now you're going to be able to go from, let's say you hit, when I hit level.
So you stay at your level.
Oh, yeah.
But the skills get knocked back down.
The skills
so you
get
can
knocked
regain
down.
them.
Right, so you could regain it back to
Or
100.
put it into something else.
Or put it into something else that you didn't have 100 at. Dude, it made the game so much more playable for me.
Cool, man.
Well, yeah, because you were at a point where
I was at a point
you
where
weren't able to level up.
Right.
Because you had
660 hours I'm at, and I'm at level 71. And it took me probably a month of playing to get from 68 to 71. Just, and I was actually going back because when I first started playing the game, I played one-handed and I used destruction magic.
Right.
And then I started to learn how to do all the other magics, but I really didn't use them too much. One-handed got to 100 real quick.
So once you get to 100, say I use destructive spells a lot.
Right.
So once I get to 100 in destructive spells, I can't use them to level up anymore.
Right. You can use them still to kill your,
but
do whatever you got to do. But yeah, you won't be gaining any
Right.
level.
Right.
Or any experience towards your next level.
Right.
Exactly.
I got you.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool.
So that made that so much cooler. I mean, and Stinkfist, bro, you got to play this game. If you like because he likes third person games like I do.
Yeah.
Well, you could change it to third person.
Yeah, I prefer it in a third person.
But you say you switch to first person to shoot.
I only switch to first person to use the bow or the crossbow, just because it opens the screen up really.
So wait, that's the first game I've ever heard of where you can switch between third person and first person and have full functionality.
Oh yeah. Two of my friends only play it on first person.
See,
my friend John and my friend Matt. Matt plays it on first person, and John plays it on first person.
I played on both.
I think every game should be that way.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think if they let me go with third person with some of these Call of Duty games, I might be able to play them. But in first
Dave's
person,
just sitting there puking.
yeah, I get like motion sickness. I can't.
Just the way they move.
The thing is just so fast. It's weird.
It's all right.
It's like my weird being ocean sickness and going to high school in a place where I was on a boat all the time.
I mean, some games it wouldn't make sense on, like like Batman: Arkham Origins. Obviously you can go in detective mode in third person, but you can't really move around. Okay, anybody?
No, well, I was going to say that I never played it, so I don't know. But I know you were able to move around in detective mode in City, though, right?
I think only at the crime scenes, though.
Well, no, isn't that when you put the thing on where it's like all 3D?
No, but I'm saying you could go into first person on the crime scenes. You could go into first person,
okay,
and you could do detective mode, but you couldn't do that when you were, like flying around the Arkham City.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I wouldn't have tried that.
It wouldn't make sense to glide in third person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Weird.
You mean glide in first person?
Oh, you mean
First person. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. That would totally not be.
You
fun.
said you've already beaten the game, right?
I've already beaten the game, and now, I just lost interest with the game.
Yeah.
It's so dull.
Isn't there downloads now?
There might be. I don't even care.
I kind of like to play as what's his name? What the heck's his name with the sword split in the middle?
Deathstroke, you mean?
Yeah, Deathstroke. I know one of the downloadable things is playing as him.
Well,
that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Wait, wait, Toombs, is that a whole new campaign, or are you just doing the Batman missions?
Or is it just a challenge thing? I don't know.
Right,
I think a lot of have you done any of that stuff, or you just after you played the story mode of the game, you were done with it?
No, right now what I'm doing is I finish up all the side missions.
Okay.
I always do campaign first and then side missions later. I don't know why. I don't know why I do that, but one of this.
Everybody's got their own way.
Right now I'm just going looking for all the data packs for the Riddler, and it's just getting boring. The game it's just boring to me. When Arkham City came out, I couldn't wait for the next download. This I just don't care, and I really think it's due to the fact that Rocksteady didn't develop this game. It was WB Montreal.
Could be, man. It seems like they just took the engine that was already there and just.
Yeah, it's like
Well, you were also the one that said that it was barren.
Yeah,
like the whole entire area was barren.
was,
The world was barren, and the last game was not that at all.
No.
I mean, I
the
still
first
haven't.
one especially not. The first one, I loved how it was tight.
Well, the first one,
I love the tight quarters in the first one.
Well, you know what the first one was like, Toombs? It was like a Batman version of BioShock.
Yeah, it was. I loved how it was more. It wasn't as open, and I thought it gave a better vibe. Out of all three, I thought it gave the best vibe.
Yeah,
I thought it was out of the two games, it was definitely the more comic booky of the two games, definitely.
Right. And it had a lot more interesting things in it. Like I don't know if you remember the part where the Scarecrow is as a gas.
Oh hell yeah, that was awesome!
And then you go into the one room, and the next room it's the same room, and you're like, wait a minute, is something wrong with my game here?
Oh, that was awesome.
I went back and forth like 3 times. I'm like, this can't be right.
Oh, that was great. I love those Scarecrow.
And then there was the part where you started walking down the hallway as young Bruce Wayne.
Yup.
Yeah, them dream sequences, right?
Yeah, I mean it was a great game.
Yeah, that was a really cool game. But like I was saying before
that's
too,
like
it's
the factor though. That was like the first time, right? It was out.
Well, the second one took away. It didn't do a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up.
But no, it did though. It had Scarecrow had its moments in the second game too. Not a lot.
And this game just has like nothing.
Yeah, that's a shame, man. It's like all it is action, basically, right?
It's not. You know what? That's Toombs. That's exactly what it needs. It needed more action there because you had such an open world. There should have been a sequence in it where it was a race to get away from the cops in the open world. Or it should have stimulated you in some other way, and instead of these tired old ways.
Right.
And what's that? Just the combat?
Yeah,
the tired old way.
Yeah,
the mega combos and the stringing along of
that stuff is still fun, especially when you're fighting 30 guys.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't look cool.
I mean, the fighting is like the best part of the game, bar none. Anyway, just.
Well, I can't think of a better.
But you got to have something motivating you.
Can you think of a better game that has done that? Like.
Fighting,
incorporating fighting into their storyline
and making it so seamless,
and make it so fluid,
seamless like that.
Yeah, I can't think of one.
No, the combat engine is definitely the highlight of that game.
Yeah,
but but you know what? There was a fight. When you got to the Deathstroke fight, I'm like, all right, this is going to be like a Street Fighter 2 fight, and it wasn't. It was a lot of. Okay, press Y to block. Press Y to block. There was a lot of
quick time events.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. I mean, if they had made that a Street Fighter 2 fight, that would have been awesome.
Well, that would have been a twist on what they've ever done before. So that would have made it better. Totally different.
It didn't seem like there was a lot of creative ideas in the game. It was just reused. From Arkham City.
I mean, a lot of the stuff looks very nice in it. I mean, but you know what? We've seen nice before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, what else am I going to say about the game other than it's just tired and old.
Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, by the third game, you should have the
down pat and coming up with
and adding
stuff.
more.
Yeah,
well,
know your strong points and then build on them.
What I would like to know is why they handed the game over to another developer.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that until you just said it. So Rocksteady didn't develop it at all?
No, it was WB
That's
Montreal.
Retarded. Why would you hand something over like that to another company when it was so successful? Why?
I'll tell you why. You just said it right there. WB Montreal.
Oh, because they kept it in-house to keep their costs down.
They kept it all in-house to keep all the money for themselves. Warner Brothers owns DC.
Right.
Yeah. All right, well, you guys, we got a caller. You want to get to him?
Yeah.
All right, you're on KMTD Geek Blast. What's going on?
How you guys doing today? Listen, I ain't been listening to the show that long, but have y'all talked about this Miss Marvel, how she's now, she Arab or something? Are you aware of this?
We just touched it. That's why I was wondering if she smelled like curry chicken or not, but...
Let me explain something to you. This is a real problem. This is a real problem with this whole country and this comic book industry as a whole. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is her magical power going to be dodging rocks as they try and stone her? I mean, what is her costume going to be? It's just going to be a big, long ghost robe. I mean, that's ridiculous. I don't know why they're going and changing like a long-standing character like that. I mean, that's just to me. That's
could be a red, white, and blue burqa.
Yeah, hold on. I want. You know what? I want to establish something, sir. Where are you calling from?
What's that? I'm calling from right over here in New York.
Okay, it's not where I thought you were calling from, but okay.
Okay.
I thought we were getting a call from the South.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, sir.
Yeah, I mean, it's a problem. I mean, listen, and on top of that, why are we playing like Arab girls are going to be reading this anyway? I mean, right? For real. There's no Arab. It's not like they got to cater to 16-year-old Arab girls that are going to. The ironic thing is, those Arab girls go ahead and get caught reading the comic book, they're going to get stoned. Yeah. I mean, it's just, there's just no way to go about doing this.
I don't know how true that is in America.
So, I mean, the Arab boys, who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know how true this is there in America.
That's ridiculous, man. This is getting crazy. I mean, what do we got next? We're going to have an Eskimo character. We got a little dude from Greenland. Everybody's got to have a superhero, okay? It's not my fault that most superheroes are white. Go figure, okay? Go take it up with Stan Lee or something. But now we got to go and redo got Puerto Rican superheroes. We got Mexican superheroes. This is ridiculous. Got Chinaman.
I don't know how ridiculous it really is. This is America. It's a melting pot. And, anybody can become a superhero.
And realistically, obviously, if you look at Marvel in a whole, there's always been ethnic superheroes.
Yeah.
Going back.
Hey, look, I'm cool with Black Panther too, but come on, white, black, that's it. We got them all covered. I ain't gonna start messing around with them shades of gray.
Well, that's what everything's about.
50 shades of them.
50 shades of them. So
shades of gray. I mean, I'm telling you something. And she's supposedly from Jersey City. Let me tell you something. They got the wrong place. She should have been from Patterson. I grew up in Jersey. She should have been Patterson. Jersey City. She's right. Indian then.
He's right.
She's Indian.
Well, maybe she doesn't know she's Indian.
Yeah.
Maybe that's going to be the twist.
Maybe
they say that she's Pakistani or something, man. One of them freaking sand people. What do you want from me? I'm telling y'all what the deal is, and this is crazy. Y'all, you got like a forum. You should make a stand. I mean, let's keep it. Let's keep our heroes proud. Let's keep them. I'm no problem with some of these color folk. I got no problem with some of them. This is all good. You can get a black superhero now and again, but enough with this. Everybody's got to be represented. Now we're gonna have handicapped superheroes. We're gonna have. It's stupid.
There's been handicapped superheroes.
That guy off in Living Color, Handyman?
Handyman.
No. Yeah, well, that was a joke. But see, this is now real. I take my comics seriously. Maybe y'all don't.
Yeah, see, are you sure you're not from the South?
Yeah, I'm positive I ain't from the South.
You all don't. Okay.
South Jersey.
Yeah, South Jersey. You're just very irate right now about this topic, and
you know what? I'm gonna say this to you. I agree that it's a little bit weird. And that, it is a bit much that everybody's got to be represented. But at the same time, I'm going to wait to see what the book is saying before I pass judgment.
Right.
I'll tell you what the book's saying. It's going to be... That's what the book's going to say.
Wow. So you wrote the book then.
How would you spell that?
With a lot of
L.A. You know how they say things. Over there, Allah this, praise Allah. That's what's going to be going on. They're just trying to come in as like a Trojan horse, get into our customers that way. They tried flying into a building. Now they're going to try and infiltrate our comic books.
Oh,
well, hey, that's a pretty big leap.
Yeah, that's.
I ain't the one making the leap. It's right there. The facts are spelled out.
In comics for a long time, and not just actually all religions. So I mean, you can't even just say it's something new. You just haven't been reading comics long enough, buddy.
Miss Marvel was a beautiful white woman.
Not always.
Okay, so simple as that.
You just turn into a black guy. How is that possible?
And Peter Parker, because I embrace all ethnicities, just not the Arabs. All right, that's as simple as that.
So you're not
okay.
Okay, and Peter Parker should be a white kid, not a little Puerto Rican like the Scarlet Spider. None of that stuff.
Okay, all right. So you hate everybody but white people. We get it.
No, I said I like Black Panther.
Okay.
I even like that black Green Lantern dude they had going on for a second. Now they got Green Lantern is going to be like Egyptian or something. He's one of them weird things.
He's gay. They made him gay.
Well, that's the original Hal Jordan.
Yeah, Hal Jordan.
Gay. Yes.
Oh God, here we go. Now queers get the damn superhero.
Bro,
we can only imagine what he's going to do with that ring.
You got some anger management issues, bro.
I mean, listen, all I know is I've been reading comic books for damn near 20 years, and it's getting more and more PC. Everybody's got to be represented. Little blind girl who happens to have one arm and come from Somalia, she's got to be represented. Sorry, you don't get a superhero. You're a poor, handicapped African girl. You don't get a superhero.
I don't know. I think everybody's
not my fault.
a superhero.
What superhero? What powers is she gonna have? She can't even grow another arm.
I'm just wondering how many people tuned out during this call.
Yeah, I have a question for you. So what does the superhero mean to you?
That sounds
the
like a
superhero means to me something I can't be. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be something I can't be. It can't be something like everybody gets one.
So
you know, they're saying everybody gets a trophy day.
A one-armed Somalian girl be a good superhero. You're never going to be that.
Well, he can be one-armed and a girl. It can happen.
It can't be Somalian.
But he can't
exactly. You know what? I mean, come on. If we're starting a war, you think I'm going to go and get a bunch of one-armed Somalian girls on my side? I'm going after some strapping studs.
Some studs.
This guy reminds me of like Sacha Baron Cohen. It's like I feel like I'm listening to like the Dictator outtakes right now.
Oh, man, I mean, I don't care what I remind you of. I'm just speaking the truth. I mean, really, y'all can take it or leave it, but I know you guys try to be PC. You got, you're on like websites and stuff. You can't really say what you're thinking, but I know I'm speaking for every one of y'all. This is something that's gone on for too long, and it's just getting out of hand. Now we got a gay super. Now we're gonna have to have lesbian superheroes. Now we're gonna have to have a lesbian black superhero. Then we're gonna have to have a lesbian Asian, blind, deaf, freaking Helen Keller superhero.
All right, well, we're out of time, man. Is there any last thoughts?
You got it, man. I said my piece.
All right.
Hey, listen, keep fighting the good fight, okay? I love the show.
I'm not sure if we're going to fight your fight, but okay.
All right. Later, y'all. Bye.
Right. Take care. Wow. Yeah, Internet radio, everybody. It brings out the crazies.
Welcome to Internet radio.
I wouldn't say he was crazy. He was just
very opinionated.
Yeah,
yes.
He was angry.
Bordering on racist, opinionaed.
Yeah. And you know what?
That's the beauty of America.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
The bad thing is, like, to an extent, I agree with him.
I guess.
To an extent.
So he was right. He speaks for everybody.
I'm not saying I disagree with him either.
I think it is annoying. It is annoying. Like, I agree that it is.
I'm not going to pass super judgment until I read it. And if it sucks, I'll tell you it sucks.
But it seems forced. You know what I mean?
No, and that's exactly that's exactly my point. If you want a Muslim superhero, look, I used to remember when I was trying to make. I told you guys I was trying to make the comic, right?
Yeah.
Before I actually went to a very professional guy, there was a guy that I was using. He was a Muslim, and he wrote all. He was a very talented artist. And he wrote all of his stories. He wrote all of his comic books from the perspective of a Muslim. And they were drawn very well, and they were actually very good, except for the fact that the superhero always destroyed Israel.
I guess if that bothers
you. But you know what? If you want a Muslim superhero, make a Muslim superhero.
Yeah.
I think the red, white, part of the problem.
And if you don't like it and you hate it, just ignore it.
I think that her costume should be a red, white, and blue burqa, though. I agree. That should be Miss Marvel's new costume.
With red, white, and blue burqa
over the face.
Yeah,
right?
That's what the burqa is.
But I agree with Brendan. Why not just add a new character? Why change it?
You know why? I'll tell you why, Toombs. It's because they're not creative enough to make anything
new character.
They're not creative enough to make anything that everyone's going to like. That's why.
Right, and they're going to take a character that's hot right now. Like I was saying, Miss Marvel's been in.
Revamp it and see what happens.
They basically they're basically biting off of what DC did, and that's really what they're doing.
Who did they do that with?
And I'll tell you another problem that I have with it.
Totally like reinvented a lot of the origins of everybody too. So it's like
they didn't just do one.
Right.
Did everybody?
Right, exactly.
Right.
Marvel's taking baby steps and trying to do like the shock thing. For shock value, because that's also, you got to think, part of it too. It's somewhat of a publicity stunt.
And I think having that guy on our show tonight, that was a publicity stunt.
Maybe.
Well, it seemed like it, didn't it?
He sounded somewhat familiar.
He was very familiar, I think.
Oh, you think he was familiar, do you? Do you think,
a little bit, but I don't know.
You think he was familiar, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
It's about 9 o'clock now. We're probably going to call it a night.
Yeah, but
right?
next week, baby, PS4, and the week after that, Xbox One.
And if everything aligns and the gods treat us well, the geek gods, we might be having something live.
Fun. Like, funness.
As long as the gods align.
Yes. You mean next-gen-ish?
Next-gen-ish live.
Next-gen-ish live?
We shall see.
We're going to have to do a few tests before we do anything next
Yeah,
time.
definitely.
Beta test.
I'll try to get here early on Friday.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
All
All
right.
right, well, Geek Blast out.
Yeah,
Blast out.
see you next week,
Catch us
y'all.
next week.
Let the force be with you always.
Yes.
I'm Lord Vader and I get respect. Your planet and your life is what I expect. Cape on my back, cable box on my chest, leather pants on my death, hot oil on my breath. You'll be jealous of my boots, jealous of my gloves, jealous of my belt with my blinking lights. I'm the Dark Lord with the power to dismiss people's skills like the Bantha piss. 1, 2, 3 into the 4.